Good evening. This is All Sports with LD, coming back at you with another YouTube post from the YouTube channel. Before I get started, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Okay, let's talk about it. Well, Mr. Sanders does it again. He's able to get a top recruit to commit to Jackson State University. Looks like this will become a very common thing that we're seeing here. Deion Sanders is able to change the culture at Jackson State in terms of what is expected of the football team because of his football pedigree, a Super Bowl champion, a Hall of Famer. And so that comes with quite a bit of credibility. And weeks before, he was able to get another top recruit away from Florida. So this, I think, is going to be a very common occurrence. And I think this is going to pay dividends maybe 5 to 10 years down the road. I think a lot of these 5-star and 4-star athletes are or will begin to make choices and consider HBCUs as a viable route. Because after all, there have been some football players from the HBCUs that made it to the NFL. I can think of a couple: Jerry Rice at Mississippi Valley State, Steve McNair, rest in peace, Alcorn State. So I think this is a trend going in a positive direction, and I'm really glad that Deion has been able to change the culture, been able to set a standard. And with the performance of the team this past season, they went 10-1. They won the SWAC championship, then made it to the Black College Championship game. However, they did lose. They got blown out. But the point is, you see a resurrection of a program. And sometimes it happens. A team is very successful in the regular season, gets a league championship, then makes it to the biggest game of the year. Sometimes they fall flat on their face. But I think Deion Sanders and the team, I think they are encouraged because I think they have seen or saw the potential of this team and what they were able to do this past season. And I think other recruits have been able to see the drastic turnaround from last season, which was a shortened season. I believe they went 4-3 last season. But everyone can see a drastic change, a turnaround in the program. So I think this is good that we're starting to see top recruits consider the HBCUs. So let's take a look at Mr. Kevin Coleman. Jackson State and Coach Deion Sanders added another ESPN 300 prospect to the 2022 class on Saturday when wide receiver Kevin Coleman announced his commitment at the All-American Bowl in San Antonio. Coleman is the number 58 ranked prospect and the second ESPN 300 commit for Sanders in this class. Jackson State made waves on the first day of the early signing period when 5-star cornerback Travis Hunter chose Jackson State over Florida State. Yes, correction. I said Florida. It was Florida State. Hunter is the number 2 prospect overall and is the highest ranked prospect to pick an FCS school since he has been started its rankings in 2006. Coleman chose Jackson State over Florida State, Miami, Oregon, and USC. Boy, I mean, look at this. He chose Jackson State over Florida State, Miami, Oregon, and USC. All of those schools have a great tradition of football, especially USC, and the fact that USC just hired Lincoln Riley from the University of Omaha, who's also being able to get top recruits to commit to USC. As a matter of fact, I believe there were 2 recruits that were committed to OU, now committed to USC. But this is amazing that Deion Sanders was able to grab this young man and chose Jackson State over these 4 powerhouse schools. It's amazing. It's just a testament to what Deion Sanders has been able to do at Jackson State. I love the fact that the coaches change. There's been a complete turnaround on the performance of this team. And clearly these young men trust Deion Sanders because he's been able to lead by example. And that's why leadership is important. Because if you lead by example, you then end up changing the culture for the positive. And so I like the fact that this is happening over at Jackson State. So let's take a little bit more at this article and see what it's saying. Quick look at what the rest of the article was saying. It's just kind of giving you a breakdown of the other football players, high school football players, and what schools they've chosen. I think it's a pretty good article. I'll leave the link for you to go in and actually read the entire article yourself. But what I really wanted to highlight was the fact that Deion Sanders was able to get another top recruit to choose Jackson State. And like I said, I think it's phenomenal. I can't wait to see what happens next, what other recruit decides to choose Jackson State over the major colleges such as the USC's, Florida State's, Miami's, Oregon's, so on and so forth. I really like the fact that this is happening. Like I said, this is a new trend, and I think it's a trend towards the positive. And I think what you'll see is more top athletes considering HBCUs as their choice to play at the next level at college. So that's all I have. Until next time, have a good one.